Before I ever started teaching masculine appeal, I toured the country as an exotic dancer. And honestly, that was where I learned a lot of what I teach now. Because in that environment, the feedback is just so immediate. If something worked, women screamed, they threw money, laughed, leaned in, they lost their minds. If something didn't work, you found out instantly. There was no theory. There is no, bro, my mindset is elite. No, none of that. If your masculine appeal wasn't appealing, you were simply a dude swinging his dick in a room full of women who just weren't impressed. Like, very humbling. So I was highly motivated to figure out what actually worked. And at the time, we were touring state to state, performing basically 7 days a week. And on this trip, we were in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, one of the things I was trying to figure out on that tour was, what is my niche? Because every guy on the tour had his thing. One of our guys, Corey, had the most disrespectful wet hip rolls I've ever seen in my life. Like, he needed to be investigated by the CDC. It was just crazy. Didn't look like choreography. It looked like a medical event. Dude would start rolling his hips and women would start responding like they just received a prophecy, like going crazy. That was his thing. Then we had Jax. Jax, buff white dude, tatted up, beautiful man. He had this trick where he would get a woman on all fours and flip her into this like power bomb position. And within half a second, she'd do like 2 rotations and end up straddling his shoulders while he's standing. Crazy. It was part stripper, part Cirque du Soleil, part workplace safety violation, all of it. And the crowd loved it. They went crazy for it. So I'm looking at all this. I'm like, okay, Corey's hip rolls are supernatural. Jax is out here doing WWE aerial acrobats. What do I have? What's my thing? And eventually I was like, I'm going to just be strong, right? That was going to be my thing. I'm just going to show that I'm strong. So at every show, even up to this point, I started looking for the biggest woman in the room. I'm not avoiding her. I'm looking for her. That's my assignment. I'm scanning the crowd like a forklift operator. I'm like, where is she? Where is my final boss? The woman God sent to test me. And to be clear, if you guys know me, then you know I love that shit. I like them big. I like big women. I like the softness, the curves. I like feeling like a man. Just make her just light and feminine and desired, like, you know? So my move became find the biggest woman, bring her on stage, lift her up, make her feel beautiful, gently lay her down, and the room goes crazy. And it fucking worked. The previous shows, it worked so beautifully. You have no idea. The crowd loved it. The women loved it. I'm feeling confident. Going to St. Louis, you couldn't tell me nothing, okay? So we're in St. Louis. I'm doing my scan. I'm like, where's she at? Where is she? Y'all know who I need. The big woman, the beautiful woman, the presence, right? And in my mind, I'm like, you. I spot her. I fucking see her. I'm like, you are my purpose tonight. She's the biggest woman I've seen so far up until this point. So she comes up. The music is going. The crowd is watching. And like I said, I'm the fucking man. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling experienced. I'm feeling like this is about to be another beautiful moment. I get into position. I go to lift her and nothing happens. Nothing. There's no shift. There's not a bounce. There's not even like a polite elevation. It's literally nothing. And immediately in my head, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Maybe I didn't commit enough. Maybe, what is this? Okay. So I reset. Brother, I grip better. Get her. Brace my core. And I try again. And still nothing. Now listen, on this second attempt, my legs are shaking. They're not doing a cute shake either. It's not like a little sexy like tremble. It's not like a fucking swagged out Dougie. It's like my legs are vibrating like an old washing machine with a single sneaker in it, like shaking. Like, and I'm smiling because I'm a professional. But inside, Jesus Christ, I'm negotiating with God. I'm like, Jesus. Father, I built my whole brand around this moment. Do not let me get exposed here, bro. Not in St. Louis, Missouri, right? So this time, I give it everything. I fucking give it everything, okay? She comes up like 3 inches, bro. Not enough to be impressive. 3 inches, okay? Shout out to my guys with 3 inches. I'm not shooting at you. But when you're trying to lift a big, beautiful woman, 3 inches won't do it. It was just enough for everyone to understand I was fighting for my life. And the room loses it. The entire show, like the air changes immediately. We go from being like a Magic Mike performance to being a deaf comedy jam show. Like, everybody is laughing. The fellas are laughing in the back, my bros. And I'm standing there sweating. My legs are trembling. And dignity is just like flushing out of my feet in real time. Now, here's the thing. A lesser man probably would have panicked. Might have made it weird. He probably would have let that poor woman get embarrassed. And that was the part I'm like, no, I'm not fucking with this, man. Because, yeah, you guys can laugh at me. Fair enough. I get laughed at plenty. Trust. I deserved a lot of that, actually. I didn't want this woman to feel like she was the joke, though. I could not take that, bro. Fuck that shit. So she came to be celebrated, right? She came to have a moment, see some sexy men swinging their dicks, right? And I fucking failed. I failed her, bro. I gotta be real. I failed her, you know? So in my mind, I'm like, all right, it's time for some redemption, man. I gotta make this right, bruv. I have to make this right. So towards the end of the show, we have this thing called a ride for five, right? Basically, a song comes on, we go into the crowd, and whoever's holding up a $5 bill, we spot them, they get a quick lap dance, and they get some one-on-one attention from the fellas, right? We're going through the crowd, and of course, the women want it, so they're holding up their dollar bills. Now, this woman wasn't holding up no type of money. She's just sitting there chilling. As soon as the song started, I'm like, right to her, bro. At that point, it wasn't even business. This was personal. This was honor. I'm like, no. You and me, baby. We got unfinished business. I may not be able to lift you into the heavens, but listen, I'm finna bring heaven down to you because they call me the god of body rolls. You know what I'm talking about. So I go over to her. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to try to pick you up again. Lesson learned. I'm humble now. I've learned humility. I'm not going to try and pick you up again. I'm just going to give you the best lap dance of your life. Humbly, I know I can do that. Now, you need to understand the seating situation, okay? So look, these weren't strong chairs. These were those little navy blue plastic chairs with the 4 skinny metal rods. You know what I'm talking about? We sat on them in like elementary school. It was the kind of chair that you sat in when the teacher rolled in the TV. She was about to play like Forrest Gump or whatever the fuck. It was like one of those chairs. It was not designed to hold masculine redemption, okay? It was not. But I sit on her lap. The music is playing. And I start doing body rolls. Good. What? Have you seen my body rolls? I'm giving her that quality work, Holmes. Like craftsmanship. This is reparations. Okay. I'm rolling fucking. And then I hear a squeak. And I like feel something. Just a little squeak. You know, I'm rolling. And I'm like, I'm in danger. Like, I'm a little concerned. But I keep going because this is personal. I got to make this right. I'm a professional. What? And so I feel another squeak, and before I can even respond, the 4 metal rods of the chair shoot out like they're evacuating the building, just each to different corners of the room. The chair completely pancakes, and me and this woman drop straight to the floor. And again, the crowd erupts, and this time they're laughing way harder than the first time, like way harder. Because it doesn't look like I came to perform. It looks like I came to destroy. I came in like a wrecking ball. Like I came to destroy some furniture. And for a second, I'm on the floor with this woman on top of this pancake chair. And I don't know what to do. I have a choice. Look, I can freeze. I can get embarrassed. I can make this so awkward. Or look, it's already a ridiculous situation. I can surrender to it. I look at her and I'm like, baby, we live here now. This is life. This is life. And so I start hitting her. I keep dancing. I'm hitting her with the, I'm fucking rolling my body, bro. We're on the ground. The chair is dead, and the crowd is screaming. I'm grinding like this was the plan the whole time. And you know what? The craziest thing happened, actually. The crowd started making it rain. Not because it was smooth, not because it was perfect. I mean, this was not the polished fantasy it was supposed to be, okay? Obviously. They're throwing money because shit just got real, okay? Like, really real. Like, playful, human. It's like, you couldn't have scripted that shit, you know? And that taught me one of the most important lessons I know about masculine appeal, and I try and give this to my students every single day, every time I'm teaching. Masculine appeal is not about never looking ridiculous. It's not about being the alpha stoic badass. It's not about fucking your chest is up and you're never uncomposed, right? You're not going to control every room perfectly. That's the thing. Sometimes the chair is going to fucking break. Your legs are going to be trembling. You're going to be hitting the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, your legs are going to be trembling, bro. Sometimes the move you thought was going to make everyone scream is going to make them laugh. Like you're a comedian. But the question is, in those moments that you cannot avoid when they happen, can you stay grounded when your ego gets hit? Can you keep that woman safe when the joke can turn against her? Can you keep the room warm? Can you laugh with people instead of collapsing because they're laughing at you? Or can you turn that embarrassing situation into a moment where everyone's connecting? Because that's masculine appeal. It's not about being perfect. I promise it's not, bro. None of us are. It's not. It's about presence. Can you stay in the moment when the moment stops obeying you? Because a lot of men want to be admired. We all want to be admired. But the deeper skill is making people feel good even when you're not being admired the way that you hoped. Because that night, listen, I wanted to be seen as the strong guy. I wasn't the strongest guy in the room. I wasn't. I didn't become the smoothest guy in the room. I was the guy who pancaked the chair in St. Louis and was body rolling through the wreckage. And you know what? That might be even better. That might be even better.